Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all good. I hope you're all relaxed after a wonderful Monday and ready for a bit of craziness to do with the old chit-chatty around the Dark Crystal. I've been looking forward to this one in ways you couldn't possibly imagine. But I'm just too damn relaxed. Listen to this transient chill mix from a YouTuber called Bloom. I highly recommend the playlists that this chap puts together. It just sends me right off into a wee snoozy. Anyway, let's switch that off for now and then play our little intro. Make sure we play the correct one tonight. Where is it? There it is. There. And yes, here we go.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through?
Hockily, dockily, do. Yeah, look at the flyer there. We are on for a good night of chit-chat about the Dark Crystal. I hope that some of you guys have had the chance to have a wee look at the film. It's all puppets, it's all amazing. I hope some of you perhaps maybe have had a chance to look at the Netflix TV show as well. I thought it was amazing. We will do our usual good, bad, ugly chit chat about it, go on and on about it, and stuff like that. And there I am! Yay! Oh, that light is well bright. You can see my spammy forehead. Let's put the light down a bit, down a bit, down a bit. Is that the white one? That's what we want, the warm one on. Yeah, now it looks like I've got a bit of colour and I don't need to wear makeup, which is amazing. Right then, here we go. There's Morgan. Hi, Morgan. How are you tonight? Hope you're good. Hope you are good. I just before we begin tonight, I've got just to let you know, I've got Lazy in the green room. I have got Mr. Vampire, and Cognac has just joined us. Better late than never, brother. I'm giving him a wave just now. He can only wave back. And gentlemen, can you all wave to me? Can you all hear me clearly? Give me a thumbs up. Barry, thumbs. Yeah, 2 fingers is the usual thing. At least you're not burping tonight. At least I have your mic. No, listen, you muted your own mic, didn't you? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, damn it. You're a fun guy, like a wee mushroom. Okay, right. Before we begin, though, let me bring Cognac. I'll add him to the stream, but hopefully he won't jump across yet. And I'm going to mute your mic just now, Cognac, and take all the boys away just now because I want center stage. I have just finished speaking to a friend of mine in LA. And I don't know how close to LA Cognac lives. We'll ask him in a minute or two. But this man is a DJ in LA. And look at the flyer. This is open mic night on Friday. Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones is a DJ from LA. He is going to be joining us for the last half hour of open mic night, and he's going to do a set for us. I am exceptionally excited about this. We were talking today, we've got it all set up, times, everything like that. I've got the stream key I'm going to be sending to him. I'm exceptionally happy that he's going to do this. Now, his real name's Danny, and Danny suffers from a degenerative bone disease. This man is like brittle bone disease, okay? He actually plays his DJ sets on his back with his electronic decks above him. On his laptop, suspended on a special frame in his bed in the nightclubs. So you can imagine the logistics it takes for him to go to these places. But he's been doing it for years. He is basically DJ'd for Snoop Dogg, opened for Snoop Dogg's concerts in the past and things like that. So this is a seasoned veteran DJ out of LA, and he is doing something for us on Friday. And I am friggin' excited, to say the least. You might even see Mojax dancing with his pants on his head round the living room when Danny's playing his set, which is really good. Right, let's off with that just now, and let us bring in the boys. Boys, let me unmute the mics. That is, yeah, hold on. Yes, we are all unmuted. Barry, you need to unmute yourself though, brother. There you go. Yay! We're all here. We're all here. The gang is here. Barry, we have Cognac, we have JJ. We are all here. I am super duper pooper scooper happy, boys, that you are all here. It's going to be a fun night. Have you all spent time watching a bit of the Dark Crystal stuff? Yes?
It was good. It was good.
It was good. Yeah, it was good. What did you think of the whole concept of storytelling through puppets? Do you think it still works, lads?
Oh, definitely.
I think so too.
2 thumbs up.
Too. Oh yeah, without a doubt. What about yourself, Jay? Marks out of 10 initial reactions. Jason, are you there?
What? Yeah.
I was asking. Wake up, brother, wake up. Just
I am
asking,
awake.
Mark. Just your initial reaction. Your initial reaction.
Give you a thumbs up. Give you a thumbs
No,
up.
sorry, I was off camera. Never saw that. I was typing something in to bring something up. Yeah. So
Okay.
Dark Crystal, really good. We will do our good, bad, and ugly from you all. I will write down a number like I did last time, and we will do that in a second or two. Let me just write. No, that's a personal letter. I can't use that. I've got paper under my desk. Hold on. Crap. Where's the paper? Paper. Right, okay. Before we begin, Cognac, which part of California are you in? Are you near LA?
I didn't, it's cool is I didn't know he was that close. We're 2 hours from LA. Well, that's give or take, depending on how you get there. Train or drive.
Cool. Next time after lockdown's finished, he's doing a gig. I'll put you in touch. You two can hook up. Okay?
Hey, I'm just...
Yeah, I want you to hook up because I want you to go, because if they have Wi-Fi at his place, you tell me and we will do a stream from you live at one of his gigs. All right? This will be on the spot.
That'd be really cool.
Oh man, it would be astounding.
I literally, I saw him on Byte originally. Where I found him, and then I went to YouTube and looked up some of his stuff. And when I saw him actually like on a stage on one of the videos, he rocks.
It's something else. And he's always surrounded by beautiful, scantily dressed women. Wow. He's a personality.
That's how he do. That's how I wish.
Crap, Danny, man. Where do these women come from, brother? Unbelievable. Anyway, enough about Friday. I will be talking the crap out of that and plugging the shit out of that all week. We want to get a reasonably good audience for that. Let's have a look to see who's with us in the chat. Morgan's here, Solway's here, Local's here. Who else do we have? So I say Solway, local. Just going backwards in the chat. Yeah. Have I missed anybody there? If you want to say hi, please. We like to chat to you. We like to interact with you personally and directly through the camera. All right, which is great. Okay. So, gentlemen, I am going to officially take the red pen of doom and I'm going to write a number on this bit of paper. And whoever's closest to it will be going first. First, I tell you. So, right, number is drawn. We will start because Barry, you're closest to me on the studio cams. Give me a number between 1 and 10.
9.
Okay. Jason?
6.
And Cognac.
I put all my money on red 4.
Okay. The number that I actually chose was number 7. So, Jason, you're the closest to it. You're going first tonight, brother. Unless you wish to forfeit, you will get 1 forfeit every month on this show.
Ooh, you're
Get out of
such a
jail
tight
free
lord.
card.
I'll go
Because
first.
you'll go first. Right, so what you have 5 minutes to tell us your good, your bad, and your ugly about this particular show. Then we will move on to Cognac, then we'll move on to Lazy, and then we'll move on to myself.
Do you want me to talk about the film and the TV series covering the good, the bad, and the ugly, or just the TV series? Or
What would you prefer to do?
I would rather do the film first.
You do your film, okay? We're doing everything about everything. So if you want to hit the film and then go into the TV show, that's cool. All right.
Okay.
But you officially have center stage right now, brother.
Right. The good thing about the Dark Crystal is it's done by Jim Henson Creation, the people who got us the Muppet Show, Labyrinth, Yoda from Star Wars, and loads more. Also, the good thing about the Dark Crystal is it's for all ages. There are some scary bits in it, but it covers all ages. The bad, it was just too short. They could have done more. But then again, I said the same about Labyrinth. The ugly, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a masterpiece. It's a Jim Henson masterpiece. Now, the TV series, that was done by Brian Henson, Jim Henson's son. The good, he's following his dad's footprints, and he made a very good TV series. The bad, that's only one series so far, but it is looking, but there will be a second series in the pipeline. And the ugly, there wasn't anything ugly about it. As I said, I just wanted more. Because the thing about Jim Henson's creations is he doesn't do it just for kids. He does it for all ages.
This is true.
Toddlers all the way up to the elderly. And that's what I like about him. And I rest my case.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. Very, very good. Most enjoyable commenty chit-chat there. Right, Cognac, was this your first experience with the Dark Crystal when you watched the TV show?
The TV show was the first. I watched the movie growing up a long time ago. I kind of remembered it. When I watched the series, I was so happy to know that my brain and what it remembered and what they kind of put together was accurate in my head a little bit. Some things were a little different. But overall, I was enthralled by it. Literally, I after the first episode, I spent a couple of days actually binge watching it. The last 3 days. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I'll just do the TV show because of how I just like the way it was put together. The good for me was I actually had one specific creature I remembered that I really liked growing up, and they did an excellent job with it. It's the rabbit strider thing, the big rabbit with big legs.
Yeah.
I used to picture riding those around and how awesome it would be. So when I saw that, the rock creature and the shaman that they first meet, that literally is just meditating and just smoking a little bit and just comes out very Willie Nelson. He reminded me of Willie Nelson, which was
yeah, that makes sense.
That was epic. Nelson, it was epic. That was the only thing I could envision. I was like, did they make Willie Nelson the shaman? I was like, I think it's Willie Nelson. So for me, all of that in combo, the sword, the way that was brought in, the way they portrayed that, the fire. The bad's not even bad. I have no bad about it, really,
No, there's no.
or ugly. I did have a moment when you watch her do her chant for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I literally had such a great time just listening to that in a way where I was just like, it had a throwback memory once again. I was like The Simpsons, kind of when he has the old lady, like the Indian lady breathing in his mouth. It was like all of it kind of like was just if it wasn't serious, the comical portion was great. The dolls, the way they did them, they were okay. They were done well enough for me to see they tried to at least make it really clean. So the eyes, I like the way they just focused a lot on eyes, and the only thing they changed up that I thought was weird. Okay, here we go. They did change up one. The Skeksis are supposed to have those beetle things come in more like armored brutes, and they turned them into like go-kart, chariot riding things.
Wheels
and
on
they
their
were multiple little ones in a big thing instead of like just one big. It was originally like one big gnarly like beetle. So that part, I guess that would be. There's the bad. They totally stunted one of the bad guys into like a mobile kind of, and then if there wasn't ugly,
the Skeksis were fucking ugly.
Skeksis are weird. Okay, so Skeksis,
my God.
those weird like this their voice, their whole persona, the way they're like a really, really bad portrayed version of like government. I mean, in a sense, I guess it was just in the end, I was fully impressed. I was happy.
Mark,
It didn't ruin it for me. It actually just made it better. Gave it a 10. I'll give it a 10.
Give it a 10. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for your comments, good sir. Those were amazing comments. Let's put this screen on as better. And there's the Barry. Barry, good lazy sir. My friend, my brother from another mother, my crazy buddy. You've got a lot to say. We've been talking about this on and off, and I've been itching to talk about it as well. But you're in the center stage. Here's your 5 minutes. Give us your good, the bad, and the ugly, please.
Okay, the good. Not surprisingly, not actually done by Brian Henson.
Okay.
It's actually his sister Lisa that runs Jim Henson Productions now.
Okay.
I don't know what he does actually, but just some of the voice actors alone is really quite remarkable.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Taron Egerton, Mark Hamill's in it. Helena Bonham Carter does the voiceover.
Does she? I never knew that. That's amazing.
Sorry, she's the Al Modra that does a lot of in speaking over things. But and the weird thing is, because it's voice acting only, you don't really get taken out of it, which is quite weird. There were times when I deliberately looked out for Mark Hamill, and I had visions of the Skeksis turning into the Joker, but that was just
not gonna happen.
No, I thought maybe at one point they were pulling too many threads at once. Because there's quite a few little stories all weaving through the same thing, but they tied it up really, really well. It didn't go off on some sort of weird Game of Thrones thing where you're not sure who's doing what where. I think that I'm gonna have to go back and watch the movie again and watch one of the episodes again, because it looks like they took out one of the skeksis that's meant to be in the movie.
Uh-huh. Go and get a drink then. Sorry,
So
Rune's just to me. Go.
Because
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure if I'm right on that one. I thought the general of the war general was actually the one who wins the battle with the Chamberlain in the movie.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they just took him out.
I don't know. I can't remember. I'm going to go back and watch it again now.
Yes.
I have to. It's well worth it. It's definitely a watch a second time sort of
Are you
television
talking
series.
about when they battle and do the sword for the against the diamond or the crystal in the movie? That battle?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure
Because
okay.
one of them gets stabbed, and I'm pretty sure that guy's meant to be in. Again, I could have the completely the wrong one.
That's what because I was wondering about that in my head where I got confused. I thought one of them that was alive was actually supposed to be dead, but I was getting confused.
It's also going to be really interesting to see how they resolve the end of the TV series, considering where it has to go.
Yeah.
That's going to be very interesting to watch. But it's one of the wonderful things about it is every time you watch it, if you watch like things in the background, there's little things scurrying around and little things happening that you don't notice the first time around, which is just weird.
It is.
I'll
indeed.
enjoy that.
So, Mark, out of 10, would you say, Barry? What would you give it?
Probably a 10, to be brutally honest. I could sit and watch it again.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I'm sorry I logged off Modax. I'm sorry I logged off. My Wi-Fi's got a habit of switching itself off.
Okay.
The thing, just a quick recap since we're still talking about it. The thing is with the original, the thing is with the TV series, it's meant to end leading to when the film kicks off. So it would follow on. And basically, you get to know why Jin was left with, was it not the oh, I can't remember the races. That's been a while, but it's still up there. But it leaves you thinking that Jin will be the only gelfling left, but he's not. And then when you find out that Kira is not the only gelfling as well, so basically it's the story of them two up against the system. Marks out of 10. I'm like lazy sod. 10 out of 10 by far.
Okay. Good. Right, gentlemen, it's my turn now. My turn.
Here we go. Gelfling.
Yes, shut up. Be quiet.
Gelfling.
Give me my stage. I'm going to mute you. Right, anyway, okay. What did I think? I saw this movie when I was a kid anyway, all right? And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was weird. I didn't really get it, to be perfectly honest. I mean, when did it come out again? It came out in 1982. So I was only like 11 at the time, right, when it came out. Didn't get it. Watched it in my 20s again and loved it. It was a bit of visual poetry for me. It was just a perfect sort of mishmash of this excellent puppeteering and storytelling. And I didn't think that it would be worth watching. But in that particular part of my life, the jazz played a very important part in it. So watching the Dark Crystal while playing with the jazz was a big old deal. Okay. I'm just going to take 10 seconds to say if at any time we start to lag or anything, please, people in the audience, tell us what's going on, just in case we lose the stream. Kids are here and there's an immense amount of strain on my processor and stuff to keep the stream running. So they're stealing the bandwidth with their devices as well. Okay, so if we lose the stream, stay close. We will be back at any time. Okay, so perfect bit of visual poetry for me. Okay, I'm going right back to when I watched it in my 20s as well, completely and utterly on the jazz. What an experience that was. Then watched it without the jazz, and that was a fresh experience as well. So that's just my personal way of doing it. The puppets, they kind of hold up all the way through into the modern time as well. I mean, the Gelflings, do look like sort of polished Muppets to me. Okay, they look like polished Muppets, where they do, and that's not a bad thing because, well, technically, they are Muppets. That's what they are. The Gelflings, and for all the puppets are Muppets. Moving into the television series, that is, I would say, a perfect bit of television for me. The medium that they use to tell the story, the writing for the story, the music, the characters, the voices, everything, everything was in it was pretty good, pretty good. It is the sort of thing that it's such a visual feast. You cannot take it all in one go. It is impossible to do that. It is the sort of television show sort of series that you could go back and watch it again and again, because you're always going to pick something up. I mean, I watched it first time round for the story. I am about to embark on a second viewing of it this week with the kids, so I can immerse myself beyond the story into the little finite details that are, like what Barry was saying, the things in the background, the things that jump out and startle you is a bit different as well. I adore the Skeksis as bad guys. They are just so extreme, okay, in ways that is just beyond my usual comprehension. They are the worst personalities in the world. They really are. They are just bad, devious, selfish, aggressive. They have no empathy. They're proper psychopaths. They're toxic as hell. They're narcissists. They're everything that is bad. And that's the whole point, because they are the evil essence of one half of a creature. Then the other half is the mystics. And they are linked. They were separated. Remember, they were separated. So the mystics, the shaman-y type people, like, it becomes, I mean, you find this out anyway in the movie, but they did a great sort of introduction to that for people that have never seen the Dark Crystal before, with spoiler alert. Please switch off if you have not seen, if you have not seen this movie, television show, or anything to do with the Dark Crystal. Again, please close your ears now, close your eyes, because I'm about to do spoilers. Spoiler alert. Spoilers are coming. Okay, it goes like this.
You should get a button, Mojo. You should get a button.
You what?
You should get a button where a klaxon home says when you hit spoilers.
No,
you just
I'd wake up the children. I'd wake up the baby, and I would get into so much trouble. I am not taking chances with that ever. So, spoiler alert. Okay, there is a new Skeksis that you've not met before called the Hunter. Okay, he's not in the movie, if I remember rightly. Okay, and he is linked to a Skeksis, a mystic called the Archer that fires a bow and arrow, a mystical bow and arrow, and the Archer knows that he has to take his life to save people from it. And it's the shock on that Skeksis' face when he realizes that he is going to, like, just go. It's a beautiful moment. It's a beautiful moment of self-realizations when the Skeksis, who pride themselves in being in control of everything, the Gelflings, their surroundings, everything, and all of a sudden they realize, well, this one Hunter realizes they actually have no control because they're only one half of the same entity. It's a beautiful moment, a beautiful moment. And you could find deeper allegory for all of this as well. That's why I want to watch it one or two more times at least. There has to be, to me, there's a deeper allegory to the story, and I love it. Love it. So that is it. So the good to me, everything. The bad for me, it wasn't bad as in the essence, but let's just say the baddies. Loved the baddies. The absolute baddies were awesome. And the ugly, well, again, I just have to go back. It's not in the essence of the good, the bad, and the ugly, the way we break down things. It's just the Skeksis are ugly as fuck. Let's face it, they are ugly, and they're ugly inside and outside. In that. So what's this? I have Danny's sending me messages. Yes, we'll come back to Danny afterwards. Yeah, so that is my good, the bad, and the ugly. Loved it. Marks out of 10 for me. I never give anything 10, never ever, but we will give it a very, very close 9.7. Okay, why 9.7? Because there's always a marginal room for improvement in everything. Don't ask me what in here though. That 0.3 is going to be difficult to find, but I can never allow myself to go for a 10 out of 10 for things. It's very difficult, very difficult. Let's bring the boys back in just now. Let's bring the boys back in, and then we will head across to the chit chat room and see who's all in there just now. Solway's there as well. We have a relatively newcomer, Rob. Is that Rob? Robbo Cheshire. Hello there. How are you? I hope you're good. We like to engage with all the people that are watching us. So thank you for joining us tonight, Rob. I hope that I recognize that badge. Where do I know that badge from? I think I know the badge. Anyway, badges are badges. So yeah, we've got Morgan, local. Who else did I see? Solway. I'm sure that we've got a few other people that have not said hello yet. Please do say hello. We like to engage with you all with things. Right. Has anybody got any interesting facts about Dark Crystal they want to share? Cognac, you were about to say something there, brother. What were you going to say?
Yeah, you made two fun things really stick out in my head. One of them was a quote, and I really didn't think of the Skeksis like as deep as that until you said so. You're using Gelflings as slaves. Is Gelfling slave if Gelfling does not know it is slave?
That's so deep. I like that. You know, when you're talking there about the Skeksis and the Gelflings, when they discover that they can technically eat the Gelflings in one way, that's when, I mean, I watched this from a storytelling point of view when I was doing the dishes and I was cooking. So it was like storytelling, but I had to stop what I was doing because I got engrossed all the time. So the kids were eating a wee bit later, the dishes were not getting done that night and stuff. But see, when they started to do the extermination of the Gelflings, with the spider creatures taking over their mind, and they were just getting marched basically to the gas chamber. That's what it was like. It was like Nazi extermination camps going on there. It was like, holy crap. That's
Directive 66.
kid show. Say that again, please, Jay.
Prime Directive 66. Yeah,
No, it was beyond the Star Wars thing. It was the darkest thing
you're forgetting one thing. The feed on the Gelflings, because the Gelflings innards, their essence is an aphrodisiac for the Skeksis. So basically, they drink it like it's ambrosia. It's basically their ambrosia, you know. And as for the mystics, as Cognac says, yep, you've got Willie Nelson as one of them. So they're all going to get stoned and play the banjo.
Yeah, totally. It's a good thing, but I thought it was exceptionally dark. I thought, how are like this dozen, if they brought all 12 of the Skeksis in, because it was only 12 apparently that came to this world originally, even though they're from a race of Skeksis elsewhere, right? I think it was 12 anyway, and what the mystic was saying is the puppets doing the puppet show type thing.
Actually, that's strange. I didn't realize. So the way you described it was a life link. The way you described it was really well. I like that.
What the two
so the
parts of this entity
during your major spoiler.
All right. Yeah.
The way you explained like the life linking thing. So essentially, then in my head, was the Skeksis and doing what they were doing justified in that if they keep themselves alive, that also kept the mystics alive?
I guess so. I think that if something terrible happened to any of the mystics or the Skeksis, the other half would die as well. So whatever
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously the mystics aren't like brutal enough
They
to
wouldn't
go,
be.
right, let's just get a gelfling, squeeze out its juice and drink it. Okay, that's the mystics aren't like that. They're more in tune. They're the exact opposite of
Yeah. So it's like they
the
almost don't even know it's happening.
yeah. Well, I don't know whether they're mentally linked. I know that they were mentally linked at the last few seconds when the archer, you know, took his life and the jumped off the cliff, and then you saw the look in the hunter's face when he sort of realized and felt himself tumbling and just like died, you know, and crumpled into all the pieces that he was in. Oh my god, Barry's changed his picture to a Skeksis there. Just and then yourself, just keep that up, Barry. All right. But no, it's definitely something. It's that link between them both. I think that's kind of the allegory that I want to explore, the two halves of the same personality, the same creature, the same entity. That
One thing I wanted to, one thing that always scratches my head about the Dark Crystal is we all know that the Sexists and the Mystics are one, right?
Yeah.
Who's not saying that the Gelflings are part of them as well? Because the thing is in order to survive, the Sexists has to feed on the Gelflings to get their fix, as in their addicts. But yet the Mystics, they're just too mellow, man, to do anything. They're just like
well, the story goes with it is that they didn't know. The Skeksis were they would eat normal food, but they were draining the crystal to sustain a life force. Yeah. And that's the crystal. They took a shard of the crystal. The Emperor had a shard of the crystal,
basically
which caused
like a
darkening
juicer.
to land. You know, but yeah, they could well be. But the thing is, the Skeksis actually come from another planet. They're not a part of.
It's explained in the actual TV show that the reason that they get the ambrosia from the
Gelflings,
the Gelflings and the pod people later on is because they're of the planet and they share the essence of the planet, which is where the crystal comes from.
What was the name of the planet again? Is it what's it? Thral?
Thral, I think it was, wasn't it?
Is it Thral? I think it was Thral, wasn't it? I'm not too sure. Let's have a quick look in the old chit chat just now, and then we'll come back for some more stuff. I've got a 10 interesting things we didn't know about the Skeksis lined up, and we can have a wee chat about that as well. Let's have a look. Robbo's interacting. I like it when new people start to interact. Robbo, you need to go and watch the Age of Resistance.
And join our server.
And join our server. Have you opened up the server first tonight, Barry?
No, because that would take brains and stuff.
Okay, we will be opening up the server for the Discord server for about 30 minutes just now for the last half hour of the show. So if anybody is not a member of our Discord server, go to www.radioapocalypse.live/Discord and you will get a little welcome screen and basically just look at the rules, have a wee read of the rules, and we will find you in there and we will chat with you, and then we'll get you across. If we'll just get you across. You know, it's a good fun server. It's full of grown-ups that are exceptionally like myself. Yeah, you behave, right? And now we're a fun bunch. We treat everybody fairly. We're not power brokers. We're not here to stamp our things on it. There is no Slender tonight, Morgan. That is tomorrow night. Slender Man, the Arrival, chapter 3, Down in the Mines, is tomorrow night for that. And Morgan, yes, I saw your good news. I didn't mention it there and then. I am delighted for you. I did mention in Discord that I was over the moon for you. I don't know the background for it. You can tell me in Discord if you wish. I'm I'm delighted to see when people get good news. When good people get good news, it always warms my heart in ways that you could not possibly imagine. It's nice. I could tell by the language that you were using that you were very positive about it. So big thumbs up for that. I'm very happy. Right. Okay. Let's go to, I'm going to flick across here just now and hopefully, yes, it'll come up. Excellent. There we go. And right. The Dark Crystal, 10 things you didn't know about the Skeksis. They are terrified of death. Upon splitting from the mystics to become the living embodiment of their dark and violent natures, the Skeksis set about amassing as much power as they could over the world of Thra. That's who it is, Thra, not Thrall, and its inhabitants. The same lust for power quickly evolved into a desperate push for survival. In truth, the Skeksis are positively terrified about the prospect of death. Their evil machinations and abuse of Thra caused a backlash against the Skeksis that would prevent them from becoming part of the planet upon their deaths. When the Skeksis family kicked the can, it was a permanent and irreversible, with no hope of an afterlife. Wow, that's quite interesting. Never knew that. Oh wow, that's a beautiful picture. They actually, it says the Skeksis were once beautiful, and there's a concept drawing of it. I'm going to screen capture that, and whoa, what's going here? Page unresponsive. Okay, we will wait. Are we losing the stream? Boys, can you still hear me?
Yes.
No.
Right, thanks, Barry. Very good. No, it's just let me have. I've got 4 tabs open. My computer is definitely in need of some more steam. So yeah, apparently the Skeksis were once beautiful. Now, what's the name of the female Skeksis that always says that she's beautiful and pretty? I can't remember. It's the one that was. She reminds me of like one of the elite during the bourgeois sort of people during the French.
Do you know what? Do you know what she reminds me of?
Tell me.
The female in the older TV show, the Terrahawks.
Oh my god!
Zelda.
Yeah.
Zelda.
No, it was Zelda's sister.
Oh my god, the Terrahawks. That's what Cognac's looking at us going, what the fuck is the Terrahawks?
Yeah, and I heard Zelda and I thought like Princess
Look
Zelda.
it up.
So.
Look it up on YouTube, Cognac, when you've got 3 minutes. Type in Terrahawks on YouTube and you'll get to see it there.
But on the
done by Jerry Anderson, the guy that did the Thunderbirds, Stingray, and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Who was it? What, somebody Anderson that did that? Jerry Anderson.
Jerry Anderson. They asked his company and him while he was still alive, just before he died, to bring it back, and he says, "Yep, not a problem. Are you prepared to pay 1.5 million per episode?" And they went, "No," and he went, "Well, you're not getting one then."
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Right, number 8 in the countdown of the top 10 things I didn't know about the Skeksis is they were once benevolent. Though the Skeksis are the embodiment of their darker natures, they were not always as cruel as depicted in the original movies or the Netflix prequels. Though quick to lash out in anger, the early Skeksis recognized the benefits of mutual partnership and cooperation with the races of Thra, especially and notifiably the Gelflings. For many years, the two enjoyed a harmonious relationship until the Skeksis' true natures began to boil to the surface. And you know something? When I actually look at that, hi Ella, I'll just say hi to you just now as well while we're talking. When you actually look at we know that they're evil right at the start of it. We've seen the movie. We know what's going to happen, what they turn into. They're not nice at the start of the TV show either, but they kind of get progressively really, really bad. Like when the Chamberlain goes in and sort of goes, we can't go eating all the Gelflings, and everybody falls silent in the court, and they're like, okay, and they listen to what he's got to say. He says, we need to just take a few. And then they all start laughing and go, no, we don't. Let's just fucking eat them all, you know. And it's like this whole sort of orgy of like crazy, frenzied, we don't care anymore nonsense. We've found the secret to eternal life. We're going to just eat all the gelflings and we don't care what happens. You know, it's wild. It's totally wild. And it's like, I get a pit of like despair in my stomach. They're just puppets, Mo. They're just puppets. It's just a story. Calm down, calm down. Don't get too on board with it. Oh God, no! I've too much empathy for the gelflings, man. They're getting eaten.
Also, Mojax.
Yeah.
You're forgetting one thing.
Mm-hmm.
In that, at the end of Dark Crystal, the film, you see what the Skeksis and the Seekers look like as one. They actually emerge into one, and you actually see what they look like, and they look like a big blinding light of life force. That's what they are. They are basically light. If you remember at the end of the Dark Crystal film, they actually emerge into this because the Gelfling, because Jin and Kira witness the Texas and the Sexus and the Seekers emerge into one, so they actually do become one again at the end of the film. But in the TV series, they're just Macavanian. They're just like crazy SOBs.
Oh, they are. They're disgusting. They remind me. They remind me of our present cabinet at Westminster. To be perfectly honest, yes, I am.
They remind me of Hitler and his generals always round the dinner party. That's what they remind me of.
That very much so as well. That's a very, very, very good analogy of them. But I do see as Chamberlain being the Dominic Cummings. They're like, you must be a bit careful about this. You must be. It's okay. I went to Durham on the lockdown times. I was not naughty. I was seeing Grandad dropping children off. Yes.
No, Gelfling. Gelflings, not children. Gelflings.
My gelfling child dropping off my
child. I want your idea to be on point, because what you guys have me picturing is, if they're all involved together, would that it's like a hive mind with a multiple personality syndrome.
I want was cognac been smoking.
But with multiple personality syndrome, yeah, that's the only way I could see it.
That's deep. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. Who was your favorite character out of it all, then, boys? Barry, who was your favorite character in it?
I've always liked Ogra. She's quite funny.
Yeah.
The one character that she reminds me of Roger Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon, because she's just too old for this nonsense.
Yeah, I think so.
That's funny. We like that. What about yourself, Jay? Who's your favorite character?
The Chamberlain.
Yeah. Chamberlain's good. And what about yourself, Cognac?
Ooh. What did they call the rock creature? I can't remember for the life of me.
The one that was protecting the princess.
Yeah, he does some pretty cool maneuvering stuff, saving, and it just kind of threw me off because I don't remember it from the movie in my head. I don't remember this rock monster, or if there was it being so like, I think it was pretty epic. I don't know how to
Mine is
it.
Definitely the Chamberlain as well. I'm with Jay on this one. The Chamberlain to me is like, even though he is as evil as the Skeksis, he's like he's almost the palatable. He wants to sort of like maintain a status quo, a balance of all. Yeah, we're going to eat you, but we're not going to eat all of you at once. So just calm down. It's like you're saying.
He wants to be an aficionado of war.
You know who the Chamberlain reminds me of?
Who?
Nigel Farage.
Yeah, in a way, but Nigel Farage doesn't serve the same useful purpose as the Chamberlain does. The Chamberlain has a purpose. Nigel Farage does not have a purpose, not anymore. But no, I like what you were saying earlier on, Cognac, about the Chamberlain saying, if Gelfling does not know he is slave, is Gelfling slave? And the Gelfling that he was speaking to was like, shit, that makes fucking sense. Fuck, these guys are bright. Shit, I feel stupid now, you know? And then the friends turn up and he snaps out with the spell. But tremendous. Yeah, Chamberlain, my favourite. Was Chamberlain in the movie? He was, wasn't he?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
he was the one who he's the one who takes the ring from the old Emperor, the sexist, right at the start, because they have a bit of a spat on the deathbed, and he takes the ring, and there's a bit of a lover's tit. Who's going to wear the ring? Because whoever wears the ring is the Chamberlain, and the like.
Oh man,
because that's what I was saying. The one that Chamberlain fights in the movie, I'm pretty sure they bumped off.
Right.
Well, the original Chamberlain lazy sword actually dies of old age, and then the
one it's the Gartham Master.
The Gartham Master.
The Gartham Master is the one the Chamberlain fights. It looks like, again, I may have got them mixed up, or it may be one that just looks similar, but it looked like they bumped him off.
Quite possibly. I'm gonna have to watch again, lazy.
And it's scary. If I remember correctly, they don't go in they literally in the movie. I remember I remember him wasting away slowly, turning gray and literally brittle, and literally I remember it breaking down like crazy at the end, almost.
That's old age for you, Cognac. That's old age for you.
Old age. Yeah. No, just up. We're going to do all 10 things, but one of the other great things about the Skeksis as well is they were actually designed to frighten children. And Jim Henson made no apologies for the Skeksis' terrifying appearance, indicating openly that he wished to frighten children. He believed that it was not healthy for children to feel safe and secure all the time. Oh my God. And that
they did that for adults too. It's called scabies.
Pardon me?
Sorry, never mind.
Okay. And that by introducing fear and terror, it would help them cope with life's future adversities. What a sicko. Then there's no denying the impact the Skeksis had on younger viewers, especially little children. When filmed during night scenes or with dimly lit corridors, the Skeksis embody a child's living nightmare. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of one just now. I'm not bringing it up because I will lose the stream.
And their voices ring and screech in the ears.
Yeah, it's kind of awful to say the least. Yes. Skeksis, frightening pieces of crap. Okay. Gentlemen, do you have anything you want to bring to the table, the round table just now, about the wonderful thing that is the Dark Crystal? Anything else you want to add?
How awesome would a Dark Crystal Labyrinth crossover be?
Holy shit. I don't think my brain could take that. It would just blow my mind. You know?
I just want to have an argument between the Chamberlain and Hoggle, because that would just finish me off.
Yeah, I like that idea. That would work. Or basically, how about a David Bowie soundtrack for the Dark Crystal? How about that? Just have Jared appearing as a bard walking through the woods. The wood and stone gelflings going, what the fuck is that? That would work for me as well, which is good. Anything else, Cognac, you want to bring in?
Nah, that was awesome. That was solid for me.
Jason?
At this moment in time, I can't think of anything, but I will have to watch it again because it's just a classic. It's in my collection, the double disc.
I would recommend everybody who's watching the show just now or watches this back later, go and watch The Age of Resistance. It is fantastic. I mean, the original movie is great as well, but Age of Resistance, to me, like I said earlier on, is perfect storytelling with the twist that you're watching puppets and it's dark and it's sinister and it's evil. And Morgan's just said Jim Henson was a wonderful man. Absolutely. But wow, you know, a bit creepy with saying that. Not creepy as in like, ooh, I'm a predator creepy, but creepy as in like fancy wanting to scare kids. I'm going to keep you awake at night, young children, with visions of evil bird creatures that want to suck the essence out of you to live. There we go. That's Jim Henson's things, yes, with a nice Chianti and some roasted fava beans. You know, like, what can I say? Right. Next week we have a bit of a deep movie to watch. It is called I Am Mother. So that is up in the Discord just now to set your reminders for to come back and watch it. But I Am Mother, I believe, is on Netflix. I didn't realize that I'd watched it until I went away and pulled pictures to make the thumbnail for it. But what a movie. It's a piece of science fiction genius, in my opinion. And it's one of these sort of films, when you watch it, you're thinking, what the fuck is going on here? Where's this going? What is this about? And it keeps you hooked.
When you see who did the special effects, it's just no wonder.
Yeah, who did the special effects?
Weta.
Now tell me about Weta.
Everything in Lord of the Rings.
Right, there you go. No wonder it's almost a perfect movie as well. It's definitely, as far as I'm concerned, a great piece of storytelling too. And I'm going to go back and watch it because I've watched it 3 times. It was actually my wife that wanted to watch it. She saw an advert for it, and Ola has a great love of anything that is robotic in the movies. So we've sat and watched that and that other one, the Lost in Space. We've not watched season 2 for Lost in Space. But I wanted to put to the community. Yes, there's a season 2 up now.
Okay. I'm behind in that one there.
I'm too scared to watch it because I thoroughly enjoyed season 1. You know, it was one of those sort of grab you by the nuts and have to drag you through the series very quickly, binge watch sort of things. Right, so next week is I Am Mother. Go watch it. It's not too heady, but it's quite heady, and it does keep you going. If you've got a small attention span, you might have to watch it a couple of times, all right? Because it's like I have to, like, I'm not pointing at you, Cognac. I am not pointing at you, okay? I'm not that sort of guy, all right? But no, how dare you put yourself down like that, sir?
Oh, that's not putting myself down.
That's our job.
You know,
okay. No, it's one of those things that that I think that I'll get a lot more out of it the second time round, and I did, and then even the third time round. You know, it's one of those movies. It's like it's quite deep. It's got a lot of storytelling going on. But I wanted to put to the community, we've got some good suggestions in the watch party weekend for the following week. But my son came up with a tremendously fun thing to do in 2 weeks' time. And he goes, Dad, why don't you do the Back to the Future trilogy on your watch party weekend? And I thought,
I've just been watching a whole documentary about Back to the Future.
Yeah, well, I'm up for that.
As well as a couple of Comic-Con panels that had a very, very interesting story in it.
Well, do you know what? We could be in a position that by the time we do this, Barry, we might have had the technical upgrade by then. You never know. If in 2 weeks' time, you just don't know the way things are. If we have that done, that's cool, because I'm thinking we could then, like, I can then actually bring those clips up to watch without frying the crap out of my processor. And
they're pretty long-winded.
Okay, maybe not then.
Okay. The guy who plays Biff in Back to the Future was a stand-up comic before he was an actor.
Yeah.
And he actually worked on Sunset Strip in the comedy club that John Belushi played at on the night he died.
Good God.
And he actually met John Belushi and Richard Pryor.
Wow.
He's a bouncer. And he says, you think about it, bouncer way back then, you're talking about Pryor in his prime and all the crew that he hung around with, and he had to chuck them out.
Oh my God.
And he said, Belushi comes up, he's completely wasted. He doesn't even know where he is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "You're at the Comedy Store, John." He's like, "Have I been here before?" And he's like, "Yeah, not tonight though, but yeah, you have." And he came in, sat down. Pryor came out and gave him the death stare, and he kind of backed off a little bit. And then they had a chat. He's not sure if Pryor gave him something or not. He can't quite remember. But then he got up, and Pryor went inside, and Belushi staggered off down the strip, and that was the last anyone saw of him. And he was going back in the club when he noticed where Pryor was sitting. Pryor had put down a silk handkerchief to sit down on because he didn't want to get dirty. He'd left the handkerchief, and he still has the handkerchief to this day.
That's crazy, isn't it?
But he still hasn't washed it, and I bet he still smells it once a day for good luck.
I would.
Crazy. Right, so we're going to put to the community in Discord if we'll vote on the other films that we put down there as well over the week, and we will close voting. This is for 2 weeks today. I'm going to put the Back to the Future in. It's down to the community to decide. So if you're wanting to be part of the community, if you're new to watching us just now, it's www.radioapocalypse.live/Discord. Come and join us. It's open for about the next sort of 10-20 minutes or so, and then we open it up each night for people to come in and join the Discord. If you try to get there and it comes up with like a holding page with different things on it, sort of through the socials, for the social medias, contact us through the social media and we will easily get you in as soon as I get the message. But apart from that, we like to keep it closed just to be on the safe side. There's lots of Skeksis out there that might want to get into the thing. Definitely. Right. Okay. So, gentlemen, thank you very much as always for joining us tonight. Please stick around in the green room. I will just mute your mics in a second. Any last words before we go tonight, gents?
If your nose is running and your feet are smelling, you're standing on your head.
That's very true. Yeah. I always thought people were built backwards for that because, you know, if your feet smell and your nose runs, that's definitely the wrong way around. You're built wrong, man. You're built wrong. Cognac, anything you want to say?
No.
Trying not to laugh on that one about the feet and the nose.
Solid. I like that.
Good. Mr. V, Mr. Vampire, J-Boy, have you got anything you want to join in with before we go?
No, not at all. I just want to say good show again tonight. Good night to my gran, good night to my granddad, good night to my sister, good night to my aunt and uncle, good night to Koyak, good night to Chris, Lazy Talk, good night to you, Mojax, good night to all your families. And I see you on the same bat channel, the same bat station tomorrow night.
Goodbye, John Boy. Good night, John Boy. I'm going to meet you guys. See you in the green room in a second. Yeah, good night tonight. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Thank you, Robbo, new person. Come and join us on Discord, Robbo. We'd love to have you. It's always good to meet new people. Local, thank you very much for joining us. Morgan, Solway, everybody else that didn't say, there's Ella as well. Thank you for joining us, Ella, if you're still in the back room there watching us. Anybody else that did not say hi and bye. And remember, let me just bring up the old sticker for this Friday. Very, very excited to see that we have Mr. Bones all the way from LA joining us on open mic night on Friday. He's going to do a DJ set for us, so get your dancing shoes on and get ready for some wild tunes. And yeah, you might even see me with my Rave Bunny outfit on and glow sticks. And I want to know what Cognac is eating in the green room because it looks delicious. He's munching away there. Yes, I'm going to... No, you're not on camera, mate. It's okay, don't worry. No, you're not. Jolly good. Listen, appreciate all the support that you give the channel all the time. We're looking to ahead and get as many new subscribers as possible, because we want to try and broadcast mobily outside. So any support, any help that you guys can provide, plug in the channel to get us into that position, because I need to have 1,000 subscribers before I can actually broadcast from my phone out in the big bad world. And that is something I really want to do. I want to showcase my home city to you guys. I want to be able to go up into the mountains surrounding well, not the mountain, the hills, and then maybe even into the Highlands, and show you guys a bit of Scotland that you might not get to see very often. And it'd be interesting to do a stream like that. So yes, any support you can give will always be mostly welcomed. We will leave tonight with my favourite Cognac singing, and yeah, we have to leave with Cognac singing. And we'll
I
see
hope
you all soon.
you've been enjoying Mojack's Happy's Radio Apocalypse.
Set your reminders for Friday, people. It's gonna be a good yen. It's gonna be a party. Get everything ready for the Mr. Bones extravaganza.